What do you think comes first? Halloween or the Ducks' first regulation win? I really don't want to answer that question. I really don't want to answer that question. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. Hello, everybody, and welcome to DDFR number 7, where we are going to review the Anaheim Ducks playing the Tampa Bay Lightning at home this time. Without further ado, let's hop right into the game. Alright, getting right into this game. Ducks lose 4-2. This was a very competitive game for Anaheim, actually. But it doesn't change the fact that the Ducks are now 1-5-1 on the season. It's not been a great start to the season, to say the least. One thing I really like to see from Anaheim, however, this game is 1, 2, 3 minor penalties. Only 3 minor penalties this time compared to the 3 power play goals they gave up last game. Yeah, I mean, this was a way more disciplined game. It really did suck to see both Troy Terry and Trevor Zegras both get high sticking penalties in the third period. Like, those were both kind of just bad plays, but other than that, the Ducks played incredibly disciplined this game, and they didn't look like they were losing their mind like they did against Detroit. So the game was pretty boring for a while until we get to the first goal of the game. This was a really nice play by Troy Terry. So he made a play behind the net here to get this puck to Zegras. Zegras is trying to find Comtois streaking in from the slot here. However, Zegras actually misses Comtois in the slot, and it finds Kulikov at the point, who sends the puck right back to Zegras for a one-timer, and Zegras leaves no doubt on this shot. Hits the bar, down and in, 1-0 Ducks. Actually, a decent start to the game. The Ducks were doing a good job in the face-off dot. Even though you can see that the shots were 6-3 for Tampa, the scoring chances were about even. The Ducks were doing a way better job of keeping the shots to the perimeter of this game. This looked way more like the game against Boston instead of the game against Detroit. So after the Ducks take a lead here, the Lightning get it right back. Lightning get a goal right back, and as you can see from this screenshot here, this is not John Gibson's fault. Kulikov is not really fighting with Killorn that much. Nice, easy little screen that nobody is trying to push out of the way. And yeah, Gibson's looking right. Puck's coming in from the left here. And just like that, the game is tied at 1s. This is quite unfortunate because Ducks were hanging tight in this period for a long time, and then they yet again get caught chasing and they get tired. They got tired out on the ice. You can tell. Look at how vertical Adam Henrique is here. Why are you standing up straight? Like, if he is down just a little bit further, this pass from Hedman here does not reach Kucherov. And I mean, dude, what do you want Gibson to do on this? It's a cross seam pass again that the Ducks allow. And I mean, John Gibson going coast to coast, trying to make the save, and just can't get there. Like, he made the effort, but not much you can do when Kucherov is that wide open. On 5. Like, this is unacceptable, man. You cannot have passing lanes that wide open. But overall, again, this was a way better game from the Ducks. There's just little things like this that we need to see fixed. Like, I think Troy Terry had a really good quote after the game. He said, Tampa Bay is one of those teams that the small little mistakes you make, they're going to make you pay for it. That's exactly what they did here. They left a passing lane open for a split second, and it allowed Kucherov to put this right in the back of the net. Nothing John Gibson can do on this one. So after laying into Dallas Eakins a lot last game, I should probably compliment him on what I did like this game. I think breaking up the Zegras, Terry, and Henrique line was a good idea, and sticking Comtois back on their wing, I thought that was it sparked some offensive creativity from them, and Comtois actually looked really comfortable next to Zegras and Terry. I kind of like that line a lot. Another good thing that he did was he put Adam Henrique on the Frank Vetrano and Mason McTavish line. So he took away the line of Mason McTavish, Frank Vetrano, and Ryan Strome, and kind of allowed McTavish to play center. He was having McTavish play wing, which isn't his normal position, but you can tell that McTavish felt a lot more comfortable in the center position. The second period, the Ducks looked pretty decent. They were keeping pace relatively well with the Lightning, and the Ducks actually are the only team to score in the second period here with a Troy Terry goal. So Troy Terry being Troy Terry yet again. So Philippe Myers actually had just fanned on this puck. He was trying to shoot it up the boards and out of the zone. And yeah, Troy Terry hounds him. He stick lifts him here in a second, and Troy Terry ends up getting the puck off of Philippe Myers' stick, and then he's one-on-one with Ian Cole, and yeah, he just kind of stick handles a little bit and snipes on Brian Elliott up and over his shoulder, and it ties the game at 2, going basically right before the end of the second period. So Ducks have life going into the third period, and they actually look like they're keeping pace with the team. I mean, Tampa's still a really, really good team, but Anaheim looks like they can hang this game. John Gibson's keeping them in it. They're getting their chances. This was a really good game by the Ducks. Even though they lost this game, it was still a really good game by the Ducks. So going into the third period, the Ducks actually got a power play from Steven Stamkos tripping Isaac Lundestrom. And yeah, this looked like a really, really solid power play. Even though the Ducks didn't score on the power play, the puck movement felt a lot more smooth. The zone entries, the Ducks actually got into the zone on the power play. That's kind of rare for this Anaheim power play. And yeah, the Ducks actually had some opportunities on this power play when in the past few games it feels like they've maybe gotten a shot off once and it's like a point shot with no traffic in front on the power play. So the power play and the penalty kill both looked way better. They both looked way better. They're not fixed by any stretch of the imagination, but they looked better. So it's a step in the right direction. So this was the backbreaker, heartbreaker, whatever you want to call it. This is what sunk the Ducks' ship this game. And it's rough because it's not really anybody's fault other than, Ducks yet again taking penalties. Like I said, Troy Terry, Trevor Zegras. This is the Zegras high stick, but Troy Terry took one earlier this period, and yeah, man. So, Simon Benoit tries to make a nice block shot here, but it's really unfortunate because the angle that Hagel is shooting this puck at, Gibson can't see where the puck is. So he does not see where this puck is going until it gets past Simon Benoit, and it literally about that far away from his back. So there's nothing Gibson can do but try and hope that the puck hits him after it goes by Benoit. And I mean, Benoit is trying to do the right thing here, and it's just unfortunate. What I don't like is two Tampa players right here. So if Gibson does make this save, that's a rebound to two Tampa players right there. You gotta play some defense here. You gotta play some defense. Who are you covering? Why are you two right next to each other? Who are you covering? But again, the penalty kill still did look better this game in total. Same with the power play, it did look better in total. But here's the iceberg. And yep, Hagel just goes top shelf. Good shot. Gibson didn't see it. And yeah, Nick Paul ends up getting an empty netter with 2 seconds left. It wasn't This is a non-goal talking point, you know? Like, Hedman finds Paul, ooh, empty netter. I mean, Ducks had their opportunities at the end of the game, but yet again, couldn't put the puck in the net. Brian Elliott actually played pretty well. Again, you gotta start moving people out of Gibson's field of vision. The second John Gibson can see the puck, 19 times out of 20, that dude's making the save. 19 times out of 20, that dude is making a save one-on-one. Doesn't matter the distance. And, yeah, Gibson has looked absolutely amazing this year. The Ducks' defense has done nothing to help him out. Hopefully that'll change in the future. But this was a hard-fought game by the Ducks. They looked really, really solid in this one. They didn't look like they were chasing the whole game. There were bits and pieces where it looked like they were, chasing a little. But more often than not, they were keeping pace. The chances were going back and forth with both of these teams, and this is just a game that the Ducks lost. All right. The Ducks' next game is actually Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, funny enough, even though they're in Vegas. So Vegas has 6 wins on the season, and the Ducks have 6 losses in a row now. I'd really like to see Anaheim come out pissed off about not winning last game and take it to Vegas, who is 3-1-0 at home. The Ducks are 0-4-1 on the road. I mean, you gotta change it eventually, right? You gotta get your first road win eventually. Why not against Vegas? All right, the Ducks' next game is 3 o'clock on Friday. The DDFR for the Ducks versus the Golden Knights will either be Friday night or Saturday. It could be any time on Saturday. It really just depends. However, I expect the Ducks to try and put out an effort like they did against Tampa. If they put out an effort like they did against Tampa, I can't complain. I need to see effort from the team. There's stuff that the Ducks can work on, and sometimes the Ducks are just going to get beaten because they get beat by a better team. But the Ducks need to keep putting effort in every single game. Games like against Detroit cannot happen again. They cannot happen. Like I said, I will give Dallas Eakins 10 games, but it's 3 games, man. You gotta get a win in these next 3 games. Alright, thank you so much for joining me on this DDFR. I appreciate everybody who showed up and watched the video. Hit that like button if you like what you saw. Hit that subscribe button if you really liked it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.